And the world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some good time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Connects with Kittle underneath. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You talk about this Miami defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Jets are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in Week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Well, that's not just his 1st, not his 2nd, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Dickerson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Ggml. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Davidson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dickerson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Dickerson. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davidson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Third and 3.
Let's go now.
Off the bootleg. Dickerson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. Bass on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 2nd and 9 now. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A first catch there for Wilson and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
They'll look to throw again. To the sideline and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work,
and the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Achane. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll give to Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ready? 79 Bronco. Take go.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Let's go now. Viking 18.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former third overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Dickerson. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Dickerson. Another catch there for Waddle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Achane gets it from the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Back to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, back to Ggml. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. In motion, the tight end. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Second and 15. He finds his man, complete. That's Davidson. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Here we go, set.
Ggml will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Dickerson. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. That almost but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Running right, here's Achane. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The slot man in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground,
honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off the bootleg, Dickerson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Achane on the counter. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has... Second and 7. A give left side. Here's Achane. And they can't bring him down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Let's go now.
On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They give to Achane on the option.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, ready?
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. They're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
They'll go. Achane.
And he'll get it only to about the 3 and no further as they stop him. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Have the 60. Have the 60.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's Hall again. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory.